affordable, convenient. Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And the Cayman Islands National Museum. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees. So fair. Today is Monday, the 3rd day of March 2025, right here in the Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable weekend. Those of you who are on the roads of the Cayman Islands, we urge you to please be extremely cautious, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road. Remember, the life you save may just be your own. Today, the 3rd of November, nomination day, and we will be talking more about the nomination process as well. After 3 p.m. this afternoon, we will know exactly what the political landscape looks like as far as candidates are concerned. We heard a whole lot of talk prior to today about who's going to be a candidate. We saw some early announcements and everything else. Today is where the rubber hits the road. 3 p.m., if you're not nominated, then I'm sorry, you won't be able to run in the upcoming general elections on the 30th of April. Like I said, we will talk more about that as well. So, for those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a belated one, whichever is applicable. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. A few weeks ago, you heard MP Chris Saunders mention to me about Webby and losing his father, Webby. Again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you and your family, you know, as you navigate these tragic times. Spoke yesterday, and again we spoke about the fact that, you know, when you hear that a friend or family member has lost a loved one, you know, we always say, you know, I know what you're going through, I can imagine what you're going through, but you really never do until you actually experience it yourself. I've known Webby for a long time, from when he was a barber in Barnes Plaza, for working for the late Denzel Barnes. Then the move over to Dolphin Center, move over to the store right next to Blue Marlin, and then on to next to Corner Restaurant, as well, known Webby a long time. So again, sincere condolences to you and your family, Webby, as well. Those of you who are ill, whether you're at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands, we want to wish you a speedy recovery as well. And again, a big shout out this morning to 3 persons, lady over in Tampa who's experiencing some challenges, or friends and colleagues here at Radio Cayman, DJ Lynn and Joel Wilson as well. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension, For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands. Not too busy today because, again, school, there's a break, and we see the difference in traffic. Again, as I've said before, that speaks volumes in terms of where our traffic problems lie and the areas that we need to look at if we want to relieve that traffic problem as well. Not as simple as we think it is, but it can be done as well. So, as you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. This morning, no guests in the studio, so those phone lines that we have, the toll-free number which is provided courtesy of Flo, which is 1-800-534-8255, also 949-8037, 949-6990, WhatsApp number 925-3261, and of course, none other than that beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson, waiting to take your calls as well. Don't forget, you can follow us on YouTube also by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream. And, of course, we're on Facebook. And, of course, remember to tune in to Radio Cayman this morning for our nomination day coverage. You can watch the live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and the Radio Cayman website at radiocayman.gov.ky or on the Radio Cayman app as well. That will begin at 8:15 this morning. So if you want to enjoy live coverage, this is the place to do so, right here on Radio Cayman. So let's look at the birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. And by Yum. Daily school lunch menus are available to browse on the Yum website. Just visit yumcayman.ky for more information. We do have a caller. We're going to go to that caller. But before that, we have a few birthday messages that we want to share because those persons have taken the opportunity to send those messages out to us early. So caller on the phone line, just hang in there. We'll be with you shortly. This person says good morning. They want to send birthday greetings to their brother, Vince Chin, who celebrate his birthday today, coming from your sisters, Pat, Sherry-Ann, Anna, and your brothers, Victor, Vincent, Errol, and the rest of your family. So happy birthday greetings to Mr. Chin. We also see birthday greetings, Jason Gilbert celebrating a birthday today, as well as tomorrow, Miss Berna Cummings celebrating her birthday, and again, belated birthday greetings to Miss Brenda Archer Also the Honorable D. Kurt Tibbetts celebrated their birthdays yesterday. Let's grab the call. What was that, Miss? I believe so, but we'll double check that one and announce that later. Let's grab the caller who's been holding patiently. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, but I'm not upset this morning. Good morning, Lucy.
morning. Why you not upset? You being nominated today or what?
Well, it's still not too late yet.
We know that, right?
Yeah, not too late, Lucy. Because according to how I see it, men, you should just throw our name into the hat too.
Yep.
Everybody else in there. Also, we got to remember to send belated, this one is belated birthday out to our good friend down in Corn Island, Nicaragua, Laura P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes, okay.
I pretended like I knew, and that I was calling her. So yeah.
Laura Taylor, Miss Laura Taylor, yes.
Laura Taylor, and then our friend there. I guess you just mentioned it, Brenda. If you don't mention her name, she'll never speak to us again. And then Carol Jackson.
Yes. Miss Susan mentioned that one, so I'm glad you did. Yes.
Yeah. So, but I'll see. I gonna need you to help me out a bit with the people who are standing for election. Now we have so many choices, that I don't know. I'm a little confused who to vote for, so I don't know if you think I should just put everybody's name in a hat, shake it up, and pull it out. Because, boy, see, we got some choice.
Yes. Are you nominating anyone? Are you officially nominating anyone on the nomination paper?
No, I got messages to attend for support to come and attend them being nominated, but not to nominate anyone. But I got some messages to if I could come and attend and give some moral or whatever support.
So those particular candidates, they're going to be there at 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to be there at 10 o'clock. So I don't know. I would have thought that our good friend Craig Burns, some of his close friends like us to come and nominate him, but I guess.
But remember now, you have to live in. You have to be a registered voter in the constituency where the person is running in order for you to nominate them.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yes. You have to. So I think people should consider it an honor and a privilege if a candidate asks them to nominate them.
Nominate them, yeah.
And remember now, the person doesn't necessarily have to be there. All they have to do is sign the nomination form. So if they don't want the publicity as a nominator, they don't necessarily have to be there, And I believe that some people might be reticent, might be a little bit hesitant of doing so because they don't want their face to be out there, yeah.
Would it probably give away who they're actually going to vote for? Yeah, that could be the case too, yeah. We'll see. We do have a lot of choice. I didn't know we had that many people who was considering being a politician. I hope now a lot of them that, in case they're not successful, they continue being a community activist, and that would probably give them points for the next election come around. Just don't run away and hide and then turn up again for the next nomination day. Now that we got so many people that, and if all them that are not successful help within the community, various projects, then do we just as good as having a politician there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you listened in on Friday, but we had one of the prospective candidates, or announced candidate, actually for North Side, and one of our listeners sent a WhatsApp message asking where was he for the last 4 years, and he welcomed the question and took the opportunity to answer it, to point out that he had family commitments and everything else, job commitments, but what he has done this time, but even with that, he tried to remain as active as he possibly could in the community, during those 4 years. But what he has done on this particular election cycle is that he has, quit his job so that he can now devote full time to the community and to campaigning, and but he did address that issue, which was
I gotta give kudos to people who have good career, good jobs, that will actually give up their job to stand for office, because that's like taking a chance, especially people who are not active within the community, are not visible, active, and going to give. So I'm not sure if that is, that's gambling.
Yep.
You got to be a gambler,
Yeah.
To
Especially in a small community like ours, where everybody knows everyone else. We talk. I spoke a little bit the other day about blackballing. People being blackballed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that. But I don't know. I want to wish everybody good luck.
Yes.
That's but all we can say right now, because of the competition, they're almost just about got so many newcomers that you can say almost everybody's on the same level, where politics is concerned.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's without people will get in on coattails like back in the day,
Yeah, those coattails are a little bit more difficult to grab onto now that we have single-member constituencies. But Lord Graham, thank you very much. I'm gonna I'll remind you also, of course, no guests in the studio, so we're going to be covering this. Welcome you to call back, and also I will be covering Talk Today this afternoon as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. We have another caller on hold. Take a commercial break first. When we return, we will take that caller. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Sherman Erdis Ebank, Certificate of Honor, 1915 through 1995. Captain Erdis was a pioneer in the charter fishing and diving industry, for which he received the Queen's Certificate and Badge of Honor in 1991. He introduced the sport of boxing to the Cayman Islands, for which he received recognition from the Ministry of Sports, Youth Affairs, and Culture. He was a pioneer in the taxi service and in Jeep rental. He served in the Royal Cayman Islands Police Force for 10 years. During that time, the Home Guard was established, and he served there as well, keeping watch at the lighthouses during World War II. He was married to Phyllis R. Ebanks, and the couple had 4 children.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts Building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
Hey Cayman parents, we get it. You're underslept, over-trafficked, you can barely find your sanity in the morning because you're still trying to find your kids' shoes and lunch boxes. Let Yum take some of the stress away. Every day, over 3,000 students enjoy delicious, nutritious meals from Yum. Over 5 million lunches served and counting. Private school parents, browse the Yum Cayman app and order up to a month in advance or last minute by 12 a.m. the night before. Government school students, just drop by the Yum canteen. No pre-orders needed. Yum can't help you find your sanity, but we can sure make your mornings just a bit easier. Check out daily menus at myschoolpos.com or visit yumcayman.ky to learn more.
This is For the Record.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have a caller who's been extremely patient on hold. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O.C.
Good morning. How are you? Haven't heard your voice in quite a while.
Happy nomination day. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
We finally made it.
Yes.
We finally got here.
Yes.
The day we've been waiting on.
Yes.
Well, I want to congratulate all those that will decide to go to vote. I thought, I mean, that were going to be nominated. I thought I was expecting to get you, and I was expecting to get Lord Graham. I was expecting I would have had put on a pedestal this afternoon when I finished. If I had that one of those.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you had at-large voting where you could put yourself as a all-island candidate where you get all the votes, that's where I would run in that.
Well, thank you very much, because that was one of the prime things I was coming to say. That's the first thing that we need to change back. We need to get an all-island vote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, I said regarding our candidates, this is a crucial election for us, as everybody's saying. I mean, we're at a stop sign now, and we don't know whether we'll go right or whether we'll go left.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we'll turn the ship round or whether we keep our sailing the path we're going. And from what I can see, the path we're going is, what people say, hell in a basket. Full bound. I mean, we can see it. Everybody's talking, nobody doing no action. I would make a suggestion to the voters who are the employers of the employees. Remember the MPs? When they get elected, they are employed by us, the voters.
Yep.
We need a suggestion. What we need to do is to get an affidavit put together for each electoral district before the election. Look at everyone's manifesto and hear what they say that they're going to get done, and see who will sign. Because remember, an affidavit is a bond between you and somebody. And get an affidavit. See who will sign that affidavit to see if what their words is going to be in action. Because that's always how. Because we can see every 4 years we get the same promise over and over again. So again, just a suggestion. I hope that people will understand and look into it, because we need to hold these people accountable. We only hold them accountable on election day, and we don't do nothing after that. We just talk, because at that point we can't do much because nobody is listening to our cry. So before the election, before we do election, get maybe each electoral district needs to get an affidavit drawn up for each candidate that is running in their district, because what your manifesto say might not be what mine say. So let me see what your manifesto say, and let's see if I can hold you to what you say you can do, or at least you can try. And at least if you try and you don't succeed, we can't hold you against you, but we know you try. But if you don't try, the affidavit will be our legal document that we can take them to court. Because we got to wake up. We got to wake up, because they're just destroying us, and all they want us to do. They're happy this morning, and they're gonna be even more happy on April the 30th when we go out and vote. So we need to vote wise. So if we get an affidavit, and make each of them, if they refuse to sign it, then we know where we need to put our votes.
Mm-hmm. Well, and not only that, caller, you have they will all publish manifestos as well, and you hold on to those manifestos, and you keep a check in terms of what promises they have kept and what promises they haven't kept, and you have that as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But their manifesto will be clipped to their affidavit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got you.
Getting point.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might promise me they'll give me the sky. That one might promise me the moon. I mean, I'm just using scenarios. You know, I don't mean the moon, the sun, but I just
yeah.
Because, but I can't come back and say, John Doe, you say you want to give me the river because you didn't have the manifesto. Well, you signed this, so this is what you gonna help me to get. And that's why each person that is running, clip their manifesto. Because everybody's supposed to have an individual manifesto, because they're individually electoral districts. Whether they're part of party, they're supposed to have individual manifestos, as far as I know. Or I don't know, or if you will hold the team, but if you're a part of a party, but you're in an electoral district, you are responsible for your district. So we need to call some electoral meetings amongst ourselves. This if they had the committees, if all the
advisory district councils.
Advisory district councils, we wouldn't be here debating this, because we would be took it to the advisory and we'd all come up with our suggestions. So since we didn't get that, because I've been from donkey ages now waiting. The horse is going through that gate every day with that. Nobody's not doing nothing but that. So since we can't get that one, let's take it to an affidavit. Let's see who's going to commit to say, yes, what I said in my manifesto, I am willing to try.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a suggestion. So try it out there, see how many more feedback we'll get, because that's the only thing I see now. If not, nobody go to vote. Because nobody need to go to vote, because if nobody can commit that they can do anything for you, then you just beating a dead horse.
Caller, I want to thank you. Thank you very much for that. The phone lines will remain open until 10 o'clock. So when we return from our 8:15 news, the conversation will continue as well. And don't forget that starting at 8:15, you can receive live coverage right here on Radio Cayman of the nomination process that is taking place. We have persons embedded. I shouldn't say embedded, but they will be at nomination locations as well. When we return, we will tell you where those nomination locations are. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
And the time by Foster's is 8:01.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The three political parties with candidates in the running have a full day ahead of them as they tour the districts for the official nomination process. Expected to kick things off is the progressive candidate for East End, Elmira Bodden, and the Cayman Community Party candidates for Boddentown, Osborne Bodden for BT West, Robert Bodden for BT East, Heather Bodden for Savannah, and Wayne Panton for Newlands. Let's check in with Radio Cayman's April Cummings, who's at the nomination center for that district.
Carsley, nomination day is underway, and we are, as you've mentioned, expecting a number of candidates covering Boddentown East and West, Savannah, Newlands. Many of these are familiar faces. There are some incumbents or former members of Parliament, but there are always a few surprises, and we'll be keeping an eye out for those. Representatives from the Elections Office have arrived on the scene here, and they've been setting up for the arrival of candidates and their nominators. As you know, each candidate must have two nominators, and it's always interesting to see who those nominators are, as well as the excitement and energy that happens on nomination day. We'll be here throughout the process and bring you reports throughout the day right here on Radio Cayman. In Boddentown, I'm April Cummings for Radio Cayman News.
At 9:30, the Cayman Islands National Party candidate Gueva Richards is expected to be nominated for East End as well. Makiva Bush is tentatively scheduled to be nominated at West Bay West at 9:30. Up in North Side, the Progressives candidate Justin Ebanks is expected to be nominated that hour as well. Radio Cayman will be providing in-depth team coverage throughout the day, so make sure to keep it locked. New police recruits hit the streets. 4 women and 10 men have begun operational duty with the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service after a recent graduation ceremony. Over the course of 22 weeks, the recruits went through rigorous training and were also able to spend some time over Christmas getting hands-on experience in traffic and roads policing, custody, and community policing units. The recruits will now be placed on shifts across Grand Cayman. Another group of recruits have crossed the stage. Here's CNTV's Kafar Augustin.
On Saturday, 15th of February, the Cayman Islands Cadet Corps held its NCO promotion ceremony, honoring cadets who have demonstrated commitment, discipline, and leadership. The event, held at the John Gray High School Performance Hall, welcomed the Honorable Isaac Rankin, Minister for Youth, Sports, Heritage, and Home Affairs, as well as ministry officials, including Chief Officer for Home Affairs Michael Ebanks, community leaders, as well as friends and family of the cadets. The ceremony celebrated the achievements of the emerging young leaders and their growing roles in uniformed services of the Cayman Islands.
Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. Russia says Western governments are fragmenting over the war in Ukraine.
President Putin's spokesman said no coordinated peace plan was on the agenda yet. His remarks reflect recent divisions between President Trump and Ukraine and its supporters in Europe. The United Nations human rights chief has expressed concern about what he called a fundamental shift in the United States. Volker Turk said policies intended to prevent discrimination were now being labelled as discriminatory themselves. Austria's new government has been sworn into office 5 months after the general election. The new Chancellor, Christian Stocker, leads a coalition of 3 centrist parties, which excludes the far-right Freedom Party. Police in Israel say a stabbing attack at a bus station in Haifa left 1 man dead and several people wounded. They say the attacker was an Israeli citizen of Druze Arab descent who'd recently returned from abroad. He was killed at the scene. Kenya says it's working to evacuate more than 60 of its nationals rescued from human trafficking networks in Myanmar. They're among more than 7,000 foreigners freed during a recent raid on online scam centres. Fighting has erupted in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo between M23 rebels and a militia allied with the government. Witnesses say Wazalendo fighters advanced towards a rebel-held camp in the city of Bukavu at dawn, but were repelled after a brief exchange of fire. Official figures show Pakistan's annual inflation rate slowed to 1.5% last month, the lowest in nearly a decade. It's fallen from a high of 23% a year ago. An antiques dealer in Singapore has been sentenced to more than 2 years in prison for secretly selling a client's 18th century vase and replacing it with a copy. Kwok Chio used more than $100,000 from the sale of the Qing dynasty vase to pay off his debts. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
If you or your loved one is facing cancer, only Sylvester will stand firmly by your side at every step, from diagnosis through survivorship, providing you and your family peace of mind and assisting with everything you need before, during, and after your stay with us. Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center is South Florida's only NCI-designated cancer center and specializes in treating the most complex cancer cases. Your first-class cancer care is just a flight away. Learn more at sylvester.org.
Attention Cayman! Transform your kitchen for less with Granite Express, Cayman's big clearance sale. Sale has now been extended till March 18. Get huge discounts on granite and quartz kitchen countertops. Plus, refresh your space with our cabinet respray services for as low as $3,950. If you only want a countertop, prices start at $2,150. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit Granite Express Cayman today or call 922-0424 for a free estimate. That's 922-0424. Granite Express. Quality stone. Unbeatable prices.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 80 degrees. Relative humidity is 75%. The barometric pressure, 29.95 inches and rising. The wind is northeast at 4 knots. Overnight low temperature was 75 degrees. Synopses indicate light winds and smooth seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours due to a weak pressure gradient across the northwest Caribbean. Radar images show a few isolated showers, mostly 100 miles southeast of Grand Cayman, moving towards the southwest. Now, the forecast for today calling for mainly sunny skies, becoming partly cloudy at times, with a 20% chance of showers this afternoon. And the forecast for tonight calling for mainly fair skies with less than a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures falling to the mid-70s. Winds will be northeast at 5 knots or less. And seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. Today's high tide will occur at 9:40. Low tide this afternoon at a minute after 4. And a high tide again tonight at 11 minutes past 10. The sun will set this evening at 6:29 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:45. And the outlook is calling for a gradual increase in winds and seas as an area of high pressure builds across the southeast United States in the wake of the cold front. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you're going to invest in an exotic pet, choose anything but a Norwegian forest cat. Apparently, they will eat all your jewelry. Before you know it, you're racing to the vet when your cat escapes from his carrier and lunges for your earrings. You crash and your cat swallows your pearls. But if you're smart, you'll have CG Motor Insurance and get the best comprehensive coverage for the price.
Get the best comprehensive coverage for the price. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit-K, where people come first.
Get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day, the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacey Wartler Agricultural Pavilion in Lower Valley, Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. All the fun, all the entertainment, the food, the animals, the plants, and homemade goodies. Get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. The 56th Annual Agricultural Show, Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
Sports. Stay up to date on your sports news with Radio Cayman Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. It's all about sports.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning. Let's take a look at what's happening on the roads. Coming from the east in Shamrock Road, Rex Creighton Boulevard flowing moderately in both directions, as well as on the lane for Pearson Highway. No issues on Owen Roberts Drive as traffic is light to moderate, as well as coming from the Westway 4-way stop. On Cool Road heading to Georgetown, moderate flow of traffic, as well as heading east. On the Westway Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is flowing at a good pace in both directions. Coming off of Bobby Thompson Way and Agnes Way, moderate flow of traffic, and Huldah Avenue flowing moderately. And that's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. And just then, North Sound Road flowing moderately, as well as heading towards the Industrial Park area.
Subway and Oreo has changed the dessert game. Introducing the Oreo Footlong Cookie, a full 12 inches of chocolatey, creamy goodness. It's big, it's bold, and it's here for a limited time. Perfect for sharing or not. We won't judge. Want it fast? Order ahead with the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick pickup and earn loyalty points, or get it delivered straight to your door with Bento and Let's Eat. Don't wait. Treat yourself today. The Oreo Footlong Cookie is calling your name. Subway. Eat fresh. Snack sweet.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
East Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. Oh, don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio. The phone lines are open. Talk about the elections. Big day today, nomination day, and we're 57 days away from the 30th of April, which is when the general elections will take place. And the reason we call it's plural, because it occurs throughout the island in the various constituencies. Don't forget that Radio Cayman is your Radio Cayman is your nomination day headquarters, so you should stay tuned for up-to-date information, which we will have news every hour, on the hour, with the news as well. Now, the nomination process has never been any type of spectator event or spectator sport. I remember in my days working in the elections, during the elections, it could be quite boring for a returning officer and any clerk or anyone assisting that returning officer sitting at the nomination station from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, along with a police officer, and having people come in sporadically. Some people wanted to be the first to be nominated, get out there early. Some candidates would try to hold you in suspense and wait until maybe the last hour before coming in as well. So we see, for instance, where the Cayman National Party, Cayman Islands National Party, they're asking people to join them between the hours of 9:30 and 2 p.m., where Ms. Jiva Richards will be nominated at 9:30, yes. Mr. Dan Scott and Nicholas DaCosta over in the Sister Islands at 10:15 a.m. Then at 10:30, Mr. Heyman Rankin for Bordentown. 11:20 a.m., Don Thomas and Michael Miles. 12 p.m., Bud Johnson, Carmen McField, Craig Marin, Gary Ruddy, and 2 p.m., Jordan Rivers and Julia Hunter. Then we see the PPM, their nomination schedule, they're starting even earlier, 8:45 a.m., Ms. Delmira Borden, 9:30, Mr. Justin Ebanks, 10:30, Minister Dwayne Seymour, Alva Suku, and Ms. Donna Bush. 12:15, Ms. Crystal Gomez Wilson. Then at 1 o'clock, Joseph Hugh, Kenneth Bryan, Minister Kenneth Bryan, Craig Fester Frederick, Roy McTaggart, and Miss Perlina McGaw Lumsden. That's their nomination schedule. I haven't seen anything from the Cayman Community Party. Haven't seen anything posted in relation to that. Otherwise, I would share it with you. If someone has that information, please pass it on. We want to be unbiased in this process. But like I said earlier, it looks as if those two parties, they will be putting on a road show and supporting their candidates in their respective electoral district or constituency. They will be supporting them during the nominations process. Now, for information purposes, again, just to remind you, nomination day is today, Monday, the 3rd of March. So the returning officers in each electoral district or constituency will actually, it's electoral districts because it's going to be held in one place, will receive nomination forms between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. On the Elections Office website, they ask you to note that any information that is provided on a nomination form must be true, and it is an offense to provide a false statement on your nomination paper, and you may be liable for a fine of $5,000. So let's look at the nomination locations. For West Bay, there is one nomination location for the 4 constituencies in West Bay. Right? One nomination station for the 4. And that is the Shirley Kidd Memorial Hall, which is at the John A. Cumber Primary School, 44 Fountain Road in West Bay. For Georgetown, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So we have for Georgetown North, Georgetown Central, Georgetown West, and Georgetown South, the John Gray Gymnasium, located at 135 Olympic Way, will be the nomination station. I will repeat those again. Georgetown North, Georgetown Central, Georgetown West, Georgetown South, and Georgetown East. It will be the John Gray Gymnasium. For Red Bay, it will be the Seafarers Hall. And for Prospect, it will also be the Seafarers Hall, located at 11 Victoria Avenue. For Savannah, the Bordentown Chapel Community Center on 3083 Shamrock Road. Also for Newlands, it will also be the Bordentown Chapel Community Center. Bordentown West, the Bordentown Chapel Community Center, as well as Bordentown East. So the whole of Bordentown, the 4 constituencies there will be located at the Bordentown Chapel Community Center. Brand new, well, part of the structure has been there quite a while, but I would say newly opened Bordentown Chapel and Community Center should be nice in there, as well. For North Side, it's going to be the Cradock Bank Civic Center, which is located at 923 North Side Road. For East End, it will be the William Allen McLaughlin Civic Center, 80 John McLean Drive. For Cayman Brac West and Little Cayman, it will be the Aston Ruddy Center. And for Cayman Brac East, it will also be the Aston Ruddy Center. Also, information for candidates as far as the nomination form is concerned. A candidate for election doesn't say may, it's shall, means that you are obligated to do so, it's obligatory, shall be nominated on a nomination paper by at least, which means no less than 2 persons who at the time of signing the nomination paper are registered electors of the electoral district for which the candidate seeks election. Now, my reading of that means that you may have signed a nomination paper, because it is possible for you to do so. You may have signed a nomination paper a month ago, and you may have then been registered elector in a particular constituency, and since then filled out a Form 13 and moving to another electoral district. But at the time that you signed the form, you were still a registered voter in that constituency, so you're okay. That is possible. It also points out that the candidate must consent to the nomination paper by signing the nomination paper. It must consent to the nomination by signing the nomination paper in the presence of a witness who must also sign the nomination paper. So you have the 2 nominators who must be registered voters in that constituency. You have the candidate who must sign the nomination form as well, and that candidate's signature must be witnessed by someone. I know in the past, again, we have had returning officers who are the ones that accept the nomination papers, witnessing the signature of the candidates as well. Nothing absolutely wrong with that. That has been done before, but I'm sure that all of the candidates will have their witnesses present. I also saw on a social media post that one of the candidates, I believe a candidate for Prospect, one of the candidates there, indicated and expressed his regrets that he would not be there on nomination day. So obviously his nomination paper will be taken in by someone. You don't have to personally take the nomination paper and deliver it to the returning officer. Someone can do that on your behalf as well. Let's talk about the deposit. Only $1,000, and we heard one of our listeners call in and opine about whether or not the deposit should be refundable or not. Also, whether or not there should be a deposit, whether it should be less, because whether or not in this day and age, $1,000 is a hindrance to anyone wishing to be nominated. For some, it's chump change. For others, you have to struggle to find that $1,000. I pointed out that one time we had a mixture of bills for that $1,000 coming in, and it must be $1,000 in legal tender to the returning officer. If the candidate fails to do so, the nomination of such candidate shall be null and void. So if you don't put up that $1,000, null and void. Now, if they take checks, even though checks are becoming obsolete in this day and age, I still use them though. If they take checks, I wonder what happens if your check bounces after nomination day, if it bounces, whether or not it disqualifies you, that's a legal question. Maybe any legal person with legal training may know something about that. Let me know as well. It goes on to say that if a candidate is not elected and receives less than 1/10 of the total of votes polled, the money deposited with the returning officer in accordance with a particular section of the Elections Act 2022, which is Section 32, subsection 1, that if the person gets less than 10%, then it is forfeited to the Crown. Otherwise, the deposit will be refunded to the candidate or to the person who paid the deposit on behalf of the candidate. So, as practical after the results, as soon as practical after the result of the election. So, again, folks out there, those of you who are being nominated, if you can't come up with the $1,000 yourself, someone can do it for you. They can put up the $1,000 for you, as well. Hopefully, with no strings attached. Hopefully, with no strings attached. We're going to pause there. When we return, we're going to talk more about the nomination paper because you have seen so many refinements done to our elections process. Nowadays, you even get the photo of the candidate on the ballot paper as well. We'll talk more about that as soon as we return from this commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
I work hard each day. I'm a mother, sister, daughter, wife, cook, and everything in between. I know that no matter what, I have to be the woman I need to be. And that's why I choose Curves for that time of the month. When the pressure is on, I know I can rely on Curves sanitary napkins to keep me dry and comfortable all day and night. Affordable and available in cotton or silk. With Curves, I can be the woman I need to be all the time.
Strong, resilient, beautiful. Be the woman. Curves.
This is For the Record.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio. Phone lines are open if you want to talk about nomination day. But maybe you don't want to talk about nomination day and elections. You want to talk about something else that may be more pressing and of importance to you. And don't be put off by that, you can raise any issue that you want to raise. In my sharing with you the times for the various candidates, I believe for the 12:15, for Prospect, I pointed out Ms. Crystal Gomez Wilson, and then I didn't mention Mr. Roy Tatum for Red Bay. So my apologies, for that. But again, the Seafarers Hall is where that nomination for Red Bay and Prospect will be taking place as well. If you have any views, don't forget WhatsApp is working as well. 925-3261. You may want to shoot something off to us. So and we know that things are happening over in the BRAC, and when we want to hear from the people over in the BRAC as well. The big bombshell on Saturday was that the current Premier, the Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly, would be joining the Progressives. She was unable to make it at their party conference, but did deliver a message, audio message, as well. What is the reaction to that for Cayman BRAC East? The other question, the rhetorical question, is will the PPM be putting up a candidate in Cayman BRAC West? It doesn't appear so. If there are any independent candidates running over there, it'll be interesting to see, what their approach will be to that as well. So let's talk about photographs. And this is extremely important because in years gone by, when you have persons who have hearing or speech impairment, we would always have a person who could communicate in sign language available. Didn't have enough persons to cover every electoral district or every polling station, but they were available in the event that they were needed, because we knew that there were people out there who had challenges, as far as hearing is concerned, or even speech, and that was done. Now the elections office, past several elections now, have gone even farther, one step farther, and photographs now included on the ballot paper. So candidates are to supply a 2-inch by 2-inch color photograph, usually which is a passport size, on nomination day. The ballot paper will be printed in color and will contain a picture of the candidate, all in living color. They used to say on TV years ago when you had color television, live in color. Logos. If a candidate belongs to a registered party, the party logo will be placed beside the candidate's picture on the ballot paper. Independent candidates will have IND, indicating independent, placed beside their photo. Candidates are to indicate a party or independent to the returning officer as well. So you need to indicate that to there. And when I last checked, there were 3 registered political parties with the supervisor of elections. We do have a caller. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yes, O.C.
Yes, Lord Graham.
Yeah. O.C., what kind of concerns me is that one election back, everybody was talking about, the cry was, well, we're not voting for no party, we're going to vote for independence. We voted independence, and as you know, independents got to come together and form some sort of group. And we see what happened there, where individual, independent-minded people couldn't work with groups, and they even called to relinquish their collective responsibilities. You know, something they had, swear to the people. So now everybody's talking about, oh, you got to be with a group. No, see everybody jumping on the bandwagon. Are they party-minded people? Are they just doing that because the public are asking that, they are stating that they're not going to vote for no individuals without their with a party? So all of a sudden, though, people who was very started out being independent-minded are now joining what we call the parties. I don't know how you can say they are parties. I don't see no membership, all that kind of thing. Just a group of people getting together, right? In my opinion, but, let's take it as they say. They're parties. But now I'm wondering now, we'll see. As soon as those independent-minded people who have joined this group don't get their way with the group that they're with, whether they're going to stay there and fight it out behind locked doors, or they too will get up and quit, and not just join in the party just because the public now are calling for party, grouping politics.
Well, I have a question for you there, Lord Graham. I don't know if you saw the announcement at the PPM's conference that Honorable Kenneth Bryan is now the deputy leader, right, of the PPM. Do you think by taking up that position that embeds him solidly into the PPM ranks or organization?
That could embed him in such a way if he get enough support within that party to overthrow the premier and take over. Well, I would think, I would think that would give him more responsibility to continue, to stay with the party. Being the deputy leader. Yeah, that would kind of.
And do you think he takes a lot of his supporters with him, into the party as well? Yesterday, in my cycling group, we were talking about that, and one person mentioned that they understood that he had lost some of his loyal supporters as a result of his move to the PPM. Are you aware of any such you can give us?
Yeah,
sus?
I am quite aware, O.C., because, as you know, people like him who have had loyal supporters that were not a party-driven people didn't want nothing to do with parties, especially some didn't want nothing to do with the PPM because they were coming from the UDP group. So I want to see how loyal they are to Mr. Bryan, Minister Bryan, to the fact that they would, even though he have joined a group that they don't like, whether they're still loyal to him, that they would still support him, not becoming members of the PPM, but whether that loyalty would continue to the fact where they would still support him, even though he's joined a party that they dislike or they don't have no use for.
Got you.
So, yeah. So I'm wondering if that's the case. But I do know that there are quite a few people who's upset with him for joining. And this was private conversation me and him had on 3 different conversations where he asked me my opinion of whether he should join a group.
But when he was on my show, he indicated that he had spoke to his committee and had their blessing.
Well, I hope that is the case, but I do hear other
yeah, there'll be some dissent. Yes, yeah, there will be some dissent.
Yeah. So my advice to him, O.C., was, I'll say, Minister Bryan, how strong are you in your constituents? You say, very strong. I say, you think you can win your seat? You say, yes. I say, well, okay. So that means you don't need a group to win your seat. You say, no. I say, well, if it was me, I would win my seat, and then, you know, there'd be a lot of horse trading, and I would just wait and see where the cookies crumble, you know?
Yeah.
That was my advice. My advice. I don't know if that's I don't know if I like moose. I don't know.
I think that would have worked. That would have worked, you know, with the independent, you know, with the drive towards independence. I think you have to hitch your, you know, wagon to a particular horse in this particular case.
Well, because I would like for him to continue being a minister. I'm concerned about that. And I was worried that, say, suppose the other two groups, different from the PPM, was to come up with 5 each. The two of them could join and form the government, and then Minister Bryan would be left outside. So my advice also was, you already attached a group that is a minority group running the government, right? So why don't you guys stay together? If you guys are successful, you come into the table with 5 people. And you know, that's some aces.
Yeah.
You got aces up your sleeve. So you got to talk to me. I have 5.
But remember, there was a very diluted glue that was holding them together. It wasn't crazy glue.
Well, no, crazy glue is out the door. We got this gorilla glue. So yeah, but that too, But still, in these scenarios, or say, you know, some strange people come together to form the government.
That's true. Politics
Politics
makes strange bedfellows. Lord Graham, I'm going to ask you to leave us there. Got to take a commercial break, but we're going to be right here until 10 o'clock with the phone lines open for conversation. So please feel free to call back, and don't apologize when you call back. You know, folks, taking a commercial break. We have other callers on hold. We will take those calls as soon as we return. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. Oh, don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board our uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We have two callers on hold. First caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Sir O.C.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
This is Lucille Seymour. Normally, I've decided that I would rather write than call, but I think as someone who has experienced politics, sometimes I hear people say things that I wish they would experience it, and then I think they would be on authority to make more comment. I would have liked the questions addressed on the Honorable Kenneth Bryan to be asked to him himself. And I think he would be in a better position to answer us. But I see his lieutenant, my good friend Lord Graham, seems to know a lot about his intentions and what the people are thinking. You know, what I wanted to I just want to make that comment, but you made a comment about somebody lending people $1,000 to be nominated. Well, I feel sorry for the Cayman Islands if you have to lend people money to be nominated. And perhaps that's the problem, that we take politics as just ordinary and anyone can participate or anyone think they can participate. It is not an easy business.
No.
And I think that my advice to the people of the Cayman Islands would be to be very serious about this. And sometimes your best friend doesn't make the best politician. So, you know, I thought about that this morning, and you were talking about the nominations. But, you know, the age I am, I like to sit back and look at the things that we have done wrong. But I want to say something, and I know it's going to create a little problem today. Caymanians, my people, do not like to work in groups. I have been a teacher, a community worker, a politician. I am still working on boards, and I'm still working in the community. And that is one of the most difficult things that we want. We want to tell people how to organize, but we don't want to be part of the organization. Now, as a founder of the PPM, which happened over 20-something years ago, we thought about it, what we wanted to do. I'm not here to press anybody to become a PPM, but what I would ask my people, and that is why other people come here and get ahead of us, because they coalesce. They get into groups and they help each other. What we have to do in Cayman is to come together and help each other. We're not going to like each other, because politics is not a business about liking people. It's not a birthday party. It's a very serious business. But I have learned in my 81 years that it's very difficult for Caymanians to be part of a group. And whether I think that is something I would like to see before I shut my eyes, that we can come together, OC, and agree and like one another and put things forward, because it's only in coming together and coalescing that we are going to go forward. And that's what I wanted to say this morning. Thank you very much. And my dear friend, have a good day.
Thank you very much, Miss Lucille. We have a WhatsApp caller that we're going to grab now. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. This is Juliana calling from Cayman Brac.
Good morning, Premier. I can still call you Premier because you're going to be Premier up until at least the 30th of April.
I am still Julie, OC. You know me. I just wanted to call to Radio Cayman the radio station of my choice, obviously, to say that I was just nominated on Cayman Brack at the Action Red by.
We're getting some bad feedback from you, Premier. You may want to try a different location, or if the speakerphone is on, we may get an echo.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that better?
Much better. Thanks.
Yes, but people are trying to call me on the phone. Sorry about that.
I can imagine, yes.
I was just calling, as I indicated, that I wanted to get the news out to Radio Cayman first, to the government radio station. Of course, everybody knows it's my favorite radio station. To say that I have listened to the call of the people, despite me wanting to retire and have made all the preparations necessary for that. But once I came back from Barbados and I heard the call from Cayman and from Cayman Brack and even Little Cayman, I wrestled with it, as of course prayed and everything. And I finally then came to the conclusion that, I can't turn my back on the people. They've been there for me these past 34 years. And win, lose, or draw, I'm going to give it my best to represent the people of Cayman Brack and the Cayman Islands in general. And I stand on a promise that if God is for you, who can be against you? So, people, I've answered your call. It's now all up to you to go out and vote. And your forces, if you want to see me back in Georgetown around the table representing these beautiful Cayman Islands that I call home. And thank you for all of you who came and cajoled and encouraged and sent messages and everything. I will do as I've always done, to represent with honesty and integrity and to make Cayman proud locally and internationally.
Premier, I don't know if you want to share with us the persons who nominated you on the nomination form?
Oh, yes. I was absolutely honored to be nominated by Mr. George Walton, very renowned Cayman Brack, one of my mentors for many years, and by Mr. Rudolph Dixon, who was a former competitor, but I live my life so that I hold no grudges. I don't let the sun go down my anger. I admired him for his great accomplishments in the police force. He's a very intelligent person, and I'm happy that he was one of them who asked me to run, and even more happier that he came and nominated me this morning. It was witnessed by my longtime supporter and good friend, Miss Elsie, Civic Kinds of Spot Bay.
Okay.
My mother also came. She's 81 to give me moral support. My daughter was there, and of course my son would have been there, but he's not feeling well today. But I thank all of my family for giving me the green light. I thank my church for releasing me. They understand my love and passion for the church, and I was going to help there as much as possible. But they've released me. They said the church needs you, but the country needs you more. So I thank everyone that was involved, and I will give it my best and hit the ground running, still run the country in the next 8 weeks while I'll try to run a formidable campaign. I am running with the PPM, obviously, which everybody would have known that since Saturday night.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. When does the campaign start in earnest?
Well, for me, I never stopped campaigning, and I was going to campaign until the 30th day of April, because people pay you to go and do the work, and I don't campaign just to get elected. I campaign to make the life of people better. But because I wasn't planning to run, I don't have my schedule out or anything, but people know me. I don't have to go and reintroduce myself. I will be having meetings and do the normal political things that you do to get engaged individual as well with the PPM. And I'll get about business, ordering my shirts and all those things that I would normally have done. But I didn't have to do it until I answered that call on Saturday night. And that's when I actually made up my mind, was this past Saturday. You have to go with the people and let the ball falls where it falls. But you never go wrong when the people are on your side and God is there.
Yes. I want to thank you very much for letting us right here on Cayman's favorite radio station, People's Radio Station, know about your nomination, Premier. Thank you very much, and good luck, and God bless.
Thank you. To wish the best for all of the candidates who are putting themselves forward. It's not an easy decision. Stay safe, do it with integrity, and may the best persons win to run this country.
Thank you again. Thank you. Ms. Susan, ready for...
Thank you.
Ready for headline news? Folks, I believe we still have another caller on hold. We will take that caller soon as we return. And don't forget that coverage for nomination day. Every hour, on the hour, you can tune in. Well, stay tuned in to Radio Cayman and you will get information, and hopefully we'll get more calls like we did from the Premier as well. Persons calling in, pointing out their nomination. I should also, again, wanting to be balanced right here on Radio Cayman, Mr. Philip Ebanks, the candidate for Red Bay. He will be nominated at 11 a.m. at the Seafarers Hall in Red Bay. So he's going to be there 11 a.m. for his nomination. Mr. Philip Ebanks, who will be an independent candidate, I believe. Yes. Ready for me now, Miss Susan? Folks, top of the hour, headline news. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Low Cayman, and right. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Karsley Fuller. Today is nomination day, and it's been a bit of a slow start, but Radio Cayman's Anita Khan spotted an early bird candidate, Shakina Bush.
Good morning. My name is Shakina Bush, and I am a candidate for West Bay North. Shakina, congratulations. You were the first one stepping in the doors this morning. How are you feeling? I'm feeling excited as well. Just after the post my team put out last night, I think it's just an overwhelming amount of support, people outreach, it's just phenomenal. I've had numerous calls from past students, and I think that's the most heartwarming part of it all. When you have your past students call you and say, hey, this is a beautiful step. This is something that, we know that you can do, and you're there for us. To me, that is the world. That is everything that I'm doing this for, everyone that I'm doing this for. It's bigger than just my area. It's bigger than just my district. It's for me about my country.
Another early start comes in East End. That's where we find Radio Cayman's Jevi Ebanks.
Good morning from the William Allen McLaughlin Civic Center. I'm Jevi Ebanks, where the elections office are set and waiting for candidates to come and declare their intentions to contest in the 2025 general election. The first candidate that I've seen here so far is Ms. Delmira Bodden, who's running with the Progressives. She previously announced that she was an independent candidate, but now running as a Progressive. She is seeking to represent the people of East End for the first time. She's a former civil servant and a native-born East Ender. Also expected to be here today is the incumbent, the Honorable Isaac Rankin, Minister of Youth, Sports, Heritage, and Home Affairs. He's been previously elected before, and he's seeking to represent the people of East End again. And he's also a native-born East Ender. Candidates that we're also aware of that are expected to declare their intentions today is independent candidate Roydell Carter, a former civil servant, independent candidate John McLean Jr., and representing the Cayman Islands National Party, Mrs. Jiva Richards. We'll have more from them throughout the day, but for now, reporting from the William Allen McLaughlin Civic Center, I'm Jevi Ebanks.
Through 3 o'clock, folks intending to run in the 2025 general election will be submitting their nomination papers at designated locations across all electoral districts. Once nominations close, the elections office will publish the official list of candidates. For more information, you can head to the elections.ky website. Those are your latest headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. I want to thank Mrs. Jevi Ebanks for giving us that update as well. Miss Susan, over to you, and Miss Anita Khan. Yes. Over to you, Miss Susan.
Thank you, my sister Premier. Thank you very much. Welcome back. And you're a woman of God. And the word of God said, blessed is the nation, in Psalm 33, verse 12, blessed is the nation when God is their Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance. Thank you very much. You're a woman of God, and I do honor and lift you up, and I give thanks for you returning and making up your mind a different way. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
Okay, we're going to grab the caller who's been quite patient as well. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, we'll see. Good morning.
Hey, morning. How are you?
Well, today is your day, busy day for you.
Yeah, and I have to finish before 3 o'clock as well because I have someplace to go. Only kidding.
And then you got to be on again at 12 o'clock. Right?
Yeah.
Putting in for Sterling.
So I have half an hour to get to the nomination station after that.
Well, yeah. The first caller this morning, the lady from West Bay. I mean, I want to agree with her 150% what she was saying, and also to the present premier there, as well. She decided to run again. And what I wanted to say also is that so many people are ready to put, deposit $1,000. Some borrowed it, some let it, some gave it, some had it. But that is not the point, Mr. Connor. To lead a country now, like Cayman, that we're in the situation that we're in the world, we can't get people to go in to the government to learn anything, We don't want no learners. We can't afford that right now. We got to have people in there with experience. They don't have to be in before, but at least knowledge of what is going on and how to run a country. And the part with that, I hope, and I want to say this to all of them that are saying me this morning, what has happened whenever they are nominated and whoever is successful, excuse me, this is what I want to say, the successful ones, when they get into government, please, the same way that they could call people on the phone and tell them, I'm going to come to visit you because it's coming around that time of election, that they will also remember to check and call on the people and to answer the phone when the people call them once they're in government. Because I've noticed over the years that once you're a winner, well, you're so busy you can't answer the phone. And when you don't win, they change their number on you. So, and again, I am stressing it, we need people that can run the country, that know what is going on and know the best for the Cayman Islands. Put the Cayman Islands first, and also God first in everything that they do. Because at the end of the day, those believers or unbelievers, or those that don't believe in the good master, he has the last say in everything. And I'm basing that word on thinking of the President of the United States, Donald Trump. There is a passage in the Bible, I think it's in 1 Samuel, where the children of Israel asked God for a king because the other nations wanted a king. And God said, why you want a king? I'm your king. You don't want it. No, we wanted a king. And God said, okay. He told Samuel, I will select a king for the people. And the king will rule your children, make your daughters be maids, take your land. So God put Donald Trump in that position again to rule the United States. Whether you think of it or not, remember that man was convicted on 30-something charges, convicted, found guilty, and he ended up running the United States again. That's not normal. So I want to tell those that are being nominated today, those that are successful at the polls, be sure to put God first and to put the people of the country that they grew up with, seeing every day of their life first. Thank you, Mr. Connor, and take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller, for that. And we hope and trust that those candidates, if they're not listening or if they are listening, that they would heed your words, as well. This person wrote and said, I am not surprised. I know she was going to run, referring to Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly. Congratulations. And they wanted me to read it out. It says they can see. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So they wanted to share that. Also, this person says I can mention his name, Mr. Joey Ebanks. That is Joey Ebanks, not Joey Hugh. They wrote and said, I disagree with Lord Graham about Kenneth if the PPM is successful. Person says, I see Kenneth being the majority whip, not disruptive. As well. So he see him blending into the party, and I would add that don't forget that he was a former member of the progressives, as well, PPM movement. So he's a former member also. Any more messages, Ms. Susan? I'm going to ask you take a commercial break now. I lost something off my screen that I was going to share, so I want to pull that up before we go on to our next caller or topic. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts Building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage, with tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Get your tickets now for Grand Cayman's biggest one-day family fun day, the 56th Annual Agricultural Show at the Stacy Wartler Agricultural Pavilion in Lower Valley, Ash Wednesday, March 5th. Raffle tickets are on sale now at eventpro.ky and include general admission to the show. Not one, but two $10,000 grand prizes. All the fun, all the entertainment, the food, the animals, the plants, and homemade goodies. Get your raffle tickets now at eventpro.ky. The 56th Annual Agricultural Show, Ash Wednesday, March 5th.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio. We're talking about nomination day, but the phone lines are open for you to talk about anything else that you may wish to talk about. Don't forget that right here on Radio Cayman, you tune in, your favorite station, the People's Radio Station, for nomination day coverage. And every hour on the hour, you will receive updates from our reporters who are out there reporting on the nomination process and who's been nominated. And in some instances, we saw so far, we heard from the Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly about her nomination. I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Folks, your candidates, when you come on to Radio Cayman now, you on the talk shows and I guess anything else, it has to be paid for if you're a candidate. Not encouraging you to do this, but if you want a little clip, you call in on the telephone and say, I just got nominated or whatever, and these are the persons who nominated me. Get yourself some national exposure as well. But some may say, I don't need the national exposure simply because all of the people of the Cayman Islands do not vote for me. My focus is on my constituency. But don't forget now, word out there can get around and get back to your constituents to say, well, not only is he or she supported in the constituency, but also nationwide or island-wide, people like that particular candidate as well. So word of mouth. There's no better advertisement than word of mouth, even though some of those on the social media platforms will say, well, if you want to reach the youngsters, that's where you have to be. I do believe that young people, while they still like their social media platforms and everything else, that they can still hear and they can still talk and converse, have person-to-person conversations as well. So word of mouth, nothing beats the word of mouth as well. So folks, looking at the election schedule, the program as provided by the Supervisor of Elections and his office, today being the 3rd of March, nomination day, and that is covered by Section 28, subsection 2 of the Elections Law, which I shared with you. And 4 days from today, Friday the 7th of March, the returning officer for each constituency or each electoral district has to post a notice of a contested election. and that is in a particular form, Form 20. I'll try to find that in the law and share that with you. But what that means is, right, and I'm going to do this slowly and break it down. There are all single member constituencies. We know that this is not going to take place in several. There's still a question mark, maybe in 1 or 2 constituencies. But if after the nomination process is over and you have only one person, one individual nominated for any particular constituency, then there will not be a contested election because there is no person running against that individual. Now, we know that that is not the case in East End because we see how many candidates have been announced there. We know that's not the case in North Side. We know now that's not the case in Cayman Brac East. Cayman Brac West, I'm not sure if there are independents there or not. So if there's a particular constituency where only one person is nominated and no one else, then that is an uncontested seat, and that person is returned automatically. If there are more nominations than there are seats to be filled, which means if there's more than one, if there is more than one nomination, then has to be a contested election. And the returning officer will then post that notice of a contested election taking place in the various constituencies where such a scenario played out as well. And then on the 10th of March, the first issue of postal ballots will be made. The first issue of postal ballots. And we're going to have many conversations right here and for the record about the whole issue of postal ballots and what obtained before and what the current situation is as far as postal ballots is concerned. But you would have heard the Supervisor of Elections, Mr. Wesley Howell, talk about how things will move so quickly after nomination day to day, getting all of those nomination papers together, creating a ballot paper, because remember now, on the ballot paper, the candidates' names will be listed in the order of their surname, not their first name. Their surname will be listed in that order on the ballot paper. That is done so that there's no favoritism whatsoever. If by the luck of the draw your name begins with, the surname begins with an A, then you're right up there on the top. And there are political scientists and there are persons who have experience working elections year after year after year, who believe that there is an advantage in being on the top of the ballot paper. Because when you read things, where do you start? You usually start at the top. And someone may look at a name and recognize that name and decide, I'm not going any further. Not going any further down that ballot paper. So, but it is done by surname. This way, no one can say, well, they designed the ballot paper in such a way that this person should, could come first. You know what your name is, unless you want to go out, you do a deed poll and change your name. Also, a reminder for candidates that you can put on the ballot paper the name that you want to be called by. For instance, I don't want to use any particular candidate's name, but for instance, if I were a candidate, right, I would say that 80% of the people know me as OC. You think I'm going to put Orrett Connor on that ballot paper? I'm going to put OC Connor. Now, while OC Connor is not my official name, I can put that on the ballot paper because they're going to ask you, to put something with your official name as well. Give some sort of form or paperwork what your official name is, because at the end of the day, if you're fortunate to be elected to Parliament, then they're going to use your official name there in terms of swearing in and all of that. But you can gain an advantage on the ballot paper if you are known by a particular moniker, by a particular name. You can use that on the ballot paper. It doesn't prevent you from doing that. Doesn't prevent you at all. I know of a situation, and I think I mentioned this a few shows ago, in one particular district where there was a very, very popular candidate, and that particular candidate decided that they're going to use their name as it appears on their birth certificate as opposed to the way that they were known in the district. And they suffered. As a result of that, they suffered. Because everybody in the district knew the person. When they looked at that ballot paper, they didn't see it that way on there. Wasn't sure whether or not it was that person, and it had a negative effect for them as well. So that is a key. The ballot paper will be the names as they appear on the ballot paper by order of surname. But if you have a pet name, you can include your pet name on the ballot paper as well. And don't forget now, on this particular ballot paper, we will also have the referendum questions, as well. So the issue of postal ballots will take place from the 10th of March. And then this is going to be extremely important for people as well, because this is the one that you want to check. On Tuesday, the 1st of April, now that's almost a month away, but that is when the second quarter 2025 register of electors will come into effect. That will be the register of electors that will officially be used on the April 30th general elections. That official register will come into effect, will be published on the 1st of April. April 1st is when that will come into effect. And then the 17th of April, that will be the deadline for postal/mobile voting request. So if you want to be treated as a postal voter, if you want to be treated as a mobile voter, you have to make a request to that effect. And the 17th of April 2025 will be the dateline for you to make that request. And 2 days after that request, the dateline, then the last postal ballots will be issued, because they have to be issued with enough time for them to be returned. And then on Tuesday, the 22nd of April, there will be mobile voting for the various districts. When we get closer to those dates, we will talk more about that, but just keeping you updated in terms of what will take place then. With that, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. But I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board our uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
The nation listens. The candidates speak. Subway presents the General Election Debates, live in studio on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM and 93.9 in the Sister Islands, starting March 10th. Every Monday and select Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m. 2 sessions. One powerful discussion. With Election Day fast approaching, hear what the candidates have to say on the cost of living, housing and development, economic growth, sustainability, education, transport, tourism, immigration, and more. Who has the vision? Who has the plan? Hear it all unfold live, unfiltered, and on the voice of the Cayman Islands. Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM and 93.9. Streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Visit Radio Cayman's social media pages for debate details. Brought to you in part by Cayman Enterprise City.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Again, ensuring that we treat every individual and every entity equally. I've been provided with a nomination day schedule for the Cayman Community party. And, I must say, I'm not, who am I to give advice to anyone, but hey, you got to be on the ball out there. You have to be 1 or 2 steps, or maybe even 3 ahead of your competition. You have to be out there, and if you have to be organized, you have to have the type of back office support that is needed to be on the ball. If people see you only reacting after someone else has put something out there, it ain't gonna look good for in terms of your readiness to govern. I just say. So we see at 9 a.m., which has already occurred, Mr. Osborne Ozzy Bawden, Bordentown West, will be nominated. Robert Bawden, Bordentown East, Heather Bawden, Savannah, and Mr. Honorable Wayne Patton, Newlands. At 10:15, Miss Sabrina Turner and Natasha Whitelock. Sabrina Turner for Prospect, Natasha Whitelock for Red Bay. At 11:15, Emily E.M. Decoe for Georgetown East, and Anthony Auntie Ramon for Georgetown Central. And at 12:30, Mr. Andre Ebanks, West Bay South, and Catherine Ebanks Wilkes, West Bay Central as well. I believe you indicated we have a caller, Ms. Susan. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yeah, good morning, O.C.
Good morning. How are you?
Extremely thankful, man. And you?
I'm great, thanks.
Oh, boy. Okay. This is Jimmy. James 30 by the third, but let's put the third one aside for right now. Jimmy, USB Jimmy. I seriously need to speak to Mrs. Julie O'Connor Connolly, our premier at the time. It's about something important, very, very important. We have to speak together, not over the telephone. But we could make an appointment that we could speak together, that we could use the telephone to meet. Please deliver the message for me, please. I don't have her number. She could call me. I could give her my number. She could call me, and then me and her could set up a time if it is possible.
Yeah, I believe she may be listening. So if you announce your number on the air, and then we will record it here as well. We will write it down. Or if you don't want to announce it public on the air, you can give it to Miss Susan. You can give it to Miss Susan, and we'll pass it on for you.
Yeah, man. It is something. This is a country thing we're talking about here right now.
Yeah, we understand that.
My number is perfect. I don't know who I got it. Okay. Yes, I need seriously to speak to Mrs. Julia about something very, very important, and it's private. I'd like to do it.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Okay. My name is James Sterling. I call me Jimmy. My telephone number is 939-1484.
Okay.
Now, I'm using a sandal and all that kind of stuff. So give me a call. It's important.
Okay. We can't promise you that it's going to be right away, but we will pass the information on for you. Okay?
Does not get me the first call. Don't forget, it is an important talk I need to have to her. It is for all of us.
Yes, got you.
But it has to start with us too.
Got you. Thank you very much, caller, for that. We have another caller on WhatsApp. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy belated birthday again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And please let me just say thank you to Graham because I would, I'd get all told off. And if I didn't acknowledge that he remembered my birthday, because for some reason he deliberately does every year. I don't know why. But anyway, let me just say, this birthday has been very bittersweet. And I lost my uncle at 3 a.m. this morning.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
While
My
I was,
sincere condolences.
thank you so much. And he was a seafarer also. Some might remember him. And so I've only got one uncle left from my mother's side. All the aunts are gone, and one uncle is left. So I'm going to try to hang in there today. And I enjoyed my birthday. I needed to. It was like a dream come true. And I promised that I would tell you what it is that I was going to do. So I can say it now. I went to see Rod Stewart.
Okay.
So I can mark that one off my bucket list.
And where was this at?
Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
At the Hard Rock Cafe in
Okay.
Hollywood. Yeah. So I couldn't believe it was happening. I had butterflies the whole time. Finally we were there. And I said, wow, and I could hear him. And then, well, I knew already my uncle was grave, and I didn't want to be celebrating. And then, anyway, so I got the message this morning that he didn't make it.
Yeah, really, really sorry to hear that. Sorry.
So, and if you would just sort of, thank you so much for your condolences. Thank you. If you would just sort of update me, I know that the premier has been formally nominated, I think, and someone in East End, or no?
Well, sorry, Miss Susan, can you repeat it? What's her first name? Katina? I'm not getting the first part of the name, Miss Susan. Shaquina Bush also has been nominated, but we did have the schedule of the nominations that would take place. For instance, 9:30 a.m. We should have had Miss Jiva Richards in East End being nominated at 8:45. The PPM should have had Miss Delmira Borden nominated in East End. 9:30, Justin Ebanks in North Side, and then at 10:30, Dwayne Seymour, Bordentown, East Alvasuco, Newlands, Donna Bush, Savannah. That's at 9:30. And I think earlier I shared what we received, what we saw for the the Cayman Community Party, which is 9 o'clock, Ozzy, Robert Borden, Heather Borden, and Wayne Patton. And then at 10:15, Sabrina Turner and Natasha Whitelock.
So it's the girl, Crystal Gomez Wilson, still running?
Yes. For the Progressives, I have to keep going back to
that's okay.
various.
I didn't call her name, you see, so I just wanted
various email. 12:15, she will be nominated. 12:15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it sounds as if it's going to be a road show for some of the parties. I think they're going to be going at the various nomination locations to support their candidates. Yeah.
They've started doing that though, right? I remember back in 2013, they were doing that. So I guess it's become the norm now.
Yep.
Well, my congratulations to all, and of course, we all have our preferences, but certainly I'm hoping and praying, as we know, not one party is going to get in. So we will end up with another coalition government. But my prayer is that we get the best.
Yep.
And we get the best. The country certainly needs it. We cannot afford to continue on the road that we're on.
Okay, caller.
Yes. Okay, so
Thank
you
you.
for taking my
Thank
call.
you. Thank you very much. And you take care as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay, folks, we're going to take our last commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're on the last leg of the show this morning. Any callers on hold, Miss Susan? If you're planning on calling in, please do so. Don't wait until 5 minutes to 10 before you call, because that won't give you a whole lot of time. Again, making sure that we're balanced, that we give everyone equal opportunities. Some may say, oh, because he's your colleague here, that's why you're covering him. Our own, or it used to be our own, Sterling Drain Ebanks, his nomination will be at 1:30 p.m. today. 1:30 p.m. he will be at his nomination station. So glad to share that with you. We also shared with you Mr. Philip Ebanks's, as well. Some of the candidates, especially the independent ones, they probably got those butterflies in their stomach and stuff like that. But if you have information, you want to tell us where you're going to be, what you're going to, what time you're going to be nominated, let us know. Here, okay, folks, I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about the powers that the supervisor of election has in terms of seeking a declaration. As you know, in the past, well, first of all, I must say that our Constitution, in terms of the section that covers the qualifications for elected membership in our parliament are not really all that clear, and sometimes it may take a Philadelphia lawyer to figure it out. We have had in the I'm going to interrupt what I'm going to say for something even more important. We have our own Kathy Miller, who is going to give us an update as well. Kathy, good morning.
Good morning, OC. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Exciting out there?
Very quiet. Quite the opposite. It's very, very quiet. But I'm pretty sure things are going to get heating up because I believe for 10 a.m. we have some candidates that will be declaring from 10 a.m. onwards.
And where are you located?
I am at the John Gray High School.
Uh-huh.
And I can say that first thing this morning, so I wasn't here first thing this morning, I got here not too long ago, but there was one person so far that has declared, and this person I don't think we've been hearing any news about, so I guess they were kind of keeping the cat in the bag.
A dark horse, huh?
And that person who has declared is Tyree Hernandez for Georgetown West.
Okay. Do you know anything about Mr. Hernandez?
I just have his phone number.
So we'll get that information later.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we'll find out some more, but I just wanted to give that update at least so we know that, some people don't let us know until nomination day. We always hear people say, no, I'm not going to do it, and then, they just come out day of, or we don't really know who's going to come out day of. Some people start ahead of time, we know that, but nomination day is always the day that solidifies who's going to be running in the general election.
Okay.
So.
And do you have your list there of the 3 registered political parties, the persons who they have announced and the times for your location?
I have some of the list here, so I know that for 11:15 a.m., allegedly, we're going to have from the Cayman Community Party, we're going to have Emily DeCool, and she is for Georgetown East, as well as Anthony Anti-Ramoon for Georgetown Central, so that's one of them. And then a little bit later, so around, I think it's 1 p.m. from the Progressives, we have Joseph Hugh for Georgetown North, we have Minister Kenneth Bryan for Georgetown Central, we have Craig Festa Frederick for Georgetown South, Mr. Roy McTaggart for Georgetown East, and Paulina McGaw-Lumsden for Georgetown West. They are all candidates with the Progressives, and they will be coming for 1 p.m. according to their schedule. But I want to say shortly, or I thought it was shortly. I guess I could be wrong. For 12 noon, we have Bud Johnson and Carmen McField. And Craig Marin and Gary Ruddy that are supposed to be coming for 12 noon, and they are with the Cayman National Party, or the Cayman Islands National Party, sorry. So they're for 12 noon. I know I gave you a kind of mix-up in the times, but that's who we have scheduled, at least per what they have put on their social media platforms. But the only one so far to declare at John Gray High School Gymnasium right now is Tyree Hernandez for Georgetown West.
Okay, and as far as election staff personnel, election staff being there, I know that it is required that a police officer must be at the nomination station. What does it look like as far as personnel is concerned?
Yes, there is a police officer stationed here. He was one of the first people I saw when I walked in. So there's a police officer here for sure, and there is, along the gym, almost in each corner of the gym is a table set up for where the candidates can go to make their official declaration. So there's a station almost on each corner of the gym.
And each one of those stations are manned?
Yes, they are, with at least 2 people per table.
Okay.
Or around 2 people per table. There's actually 2 police officers here. But things are quiet, nothing's getting out of hand.
We won't have to part any fights or anything later on, right?
No, I didn't come prepared for that.
Any other observations that you want to make, Kathy?
No, it's quite quiet right now. That's what I've noticed. I know that the elections officers, they can't actually speak with us right now either. So that's also one thing I was trying to rope some information out of them. They did the best that they could in just letting me know who has declared and how early Mr. Hernandez had come, and that's about it.
But hopefully, and I'm hoping that that a little bit of leash has been given to at least the returning officer to speak publicly, about the status of the nomination, how things are going, what the expectations are, what happens after the nomination is closed. That is information. So, and all of those returning officers and deputy returning officers are experienced persons. They know what to say. They know what not to say, as well. So I hope they don't have them on a short leash when it comes to talking to the press.
Well,
because I'm going to interrupt you one more, just to say that the returning officer, it is the returning officer who is in charge of this whole process, not the supervisor of elections. He's in charge of everyone. But today and the voting process and election day, the returning officer is the head honcho in that constituency. He's the boss. He or she is the boss.
So I have to hunt down the head honcho, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, get right on that then, OC.
I didn't mean to lecture you to say that's what you should do.
Fine.
This was a clarion call to, if the returning officers are listening or someone from the supervisor of elections office, make your personnel available.
It's so quiet in here, you can almost hear a pin drop. So I feel like I'm going to ask if I can put the radio on my Radio Cayman app. So that's for everybody else out there who might be on the road, somewhere else. Remember, we do have the Radio Cayman app, which you can stay tuned and listen to us wherever you are. So we'll see what they say.
Okay.
I'll give you another update soon.
Yes, and I'll be here at 12:15 for Talk Today as well. So I'm sure that we will continue to converse during the course of the day. Of course, they'll get it live right here on Radio Cayman, the People's Radio Station, your favorite radio station, because we will have full coverage. We will give you the nomination by nomination report. In boxing parlance, they talk about blow by blow reporting. Well, we can give you nomination by nomination reporting right here on Radio Cayman as well. Miss Susan, do we have no callers? Okay, I'm trying to find out where our good friend, Mr. Oscar Bawden, what time he will be nominated. I believe that he is running for Georgetown East, and so curious to know what time he plans on being nominating. A few shows ago, I spoke about voter turnout. We saw in Bermuda, where the turnout was something like about 55%. The Don Johnson poll in Jamaica talks about the expectations that the voter turnout for the elections that are constitutionally due in September of this year is likely to be less than 45%. One of the things that we can say about the Cayman Islands, in 2009, for instance, the turnout was 79.57%. In 2013, 79.94%. Then in 2017, we saw a decline to 74.10%. 2021 down to 73.10%, a whole percentage point down in 4 years. Curious to know what will take place this time around. We know for that the register of electors that has increased considerably, and that will come into effect on the 1st of April. So we will know more about that 1st of April. Very quickly, I think I have enough time to cover this. So, supervisor ability to seek declarations. This was an amendment to our elections law after some challenges in relation to candidates' qualification to be elected to our parliament. So the supervisor of elections, section 29A, subsection 1, supervisor of elections may, where that supervisor has sufficient evidence that a person who has been nominated as a candidate does not qualify pursuant to section 61 of Schedule 2 of the Cayman Islands Constitution Order 2009, or is disqualified pursuant to section 62 of Schedule 2 of the Cayman Islands Constitution Order in 2009, that supervisor may apply to the Grand Court for a declaration as to the qualification or disqualification of that candidate. An application for a declaration under subsection 1 shall be determined by the Grand Court, whose decision shall be final and not subject to appeal. There are some people who disagree, with that. It goes on to say that the Chief Justice shall make rules for the better carrying out of this section, for the procedure and forms to be used in the admission of evidence, and for fees to be paid, if any, on an application under this section. And of course, there are offenses in relation to nomination papers as well. If you want to hear more, you know what, folks? You're going to have to tune in to Talk Today at 12:15. I'm not sure if we have any guests, but I'm sure that there will be at some point in time an open line as well for us to discuss that. And I want to continue the conversation on the nomination process, which takes place in the Cayman Islands today from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. Folks, I want to remind you that we are our brothers and our sisters keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are. Ask you to extend a helping hand to them. If you can't do that, then I suggest you donate to a worthy charity, because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want or even those who crave. And in this election year as well, if a candidate tells you what they're going to do, you ask them to also tell you, demonstrate to you how they're going to do it as well, how to do that as well. We will continue to update you on the nomination process every hour, and I welcome you to join me at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice. And the Cayman Islands National Museum. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Carsley Fuller. She's back in the ring. Former Premier, the Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly, has officially been nominated this morning, calling Radio Cayman first thing.
I wanted to get the news out to Radio Cayman first, to the government radio station. Of course, everybody knows it's my favorite radio station. To say that I have listened to the call of the people, despite me wanting to retire, and have made all the preparations necessary for that. But once I came back from Barbados and I heard the call from Cayman and from Cayman Brac and even Little Cayman, and I finally then came to the conclusion that, I can't turn my back on the people. They've been there for me these past 34 years. And win, lose, or draw, I'm going to give it my best to represent the people of Cayman Cayman Brac and the Cayman Islands in general.
And just before 9 a.m., her Grand Cayman counterparts on the Progressives Party live stream from their bus as they're touring the island as a group for Nominations Day. Former Deputy Premier, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan.
All the team is starting to get into the bus. Guys, say hi. Hi. Going up to East End, stopping in Bordentown and Northside, and then Savannah, and then Prospect, Red Bay, and back here for 1 o'clock in the afternoon for Georgetown.
One of the spots they'll hit up is the Bordentown Nomination Center, where at least 10 candidates are expected to put their hat in the ring. Here's Radio Cayman's April Cummings.
Hi, Carsley. I'm at the Bordentown Church of God Multi-Purpose Hall, and I can say that we are already seeing people begin to turn up out here to support their candidates. Seeing a lot of people wearing shirts that go with the group they're supporting. For example, the TCCP with their teal and blue shirts, period. It's an interesting group of people who've arrived here, all different ages and types. There's some little kids here. There are some elderly representatives from the Savannah and Newlands community. So it's just really interesting to see who is turning out on Nomination Day to show their support. I've had a couple of conversations, outside and around while waiting for things to happen. And one of the key themes I'm hearing is about concerns over the cost of living and also division in the country related to expats and Caymanians and looking for solutions for the way forward. I'm reporting out here in Bordentown. I'll keep bringing you updates as they happen. From Bordentown, I'm April Cummings reporting for Radio Cayman News.
Nominations will continue to roll in through 3 o'clock today, and Radio Cayman will continue to bring you in-depth team coverage. So keep it locked. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.